Good morning, guys. Morning, Anon, just me, Zypher, TJ. How are we all doing? welcome. Let's start the week very profitable and no losses, please. We can try do that. Hi Sharif, hi Balas, how are we all doing? Last week wasn't good. I'm sorry TJ Anon that you didn't have a good week last week. Hopefully this week will be better. I'm sure it will. Nick, how are you doing? Welcome. Anon, you do make me have a good laugh sometimes. Just gonna wait 2 minutes, guys, and then we're gonna talk through this. For now, you can just look and see what I have marked out. For GJ, I was meant to record it for the members, but I did end up streaming. I didn't even know I was streaming the GJ breakdown, so that was posted. It's still available on YouTube from last night, so you guys should know more or less what I'm looking at on GJ. The gold one, however, was for members only, so the members know what I'm looking for on gold. Good morning, Stanley. How you doing? Welcome. Hope we all had a good weekend, by the way, guys. If anyone got up to anything exciting, let me know. Yeah, just gonna wait until like 10:02, and then we can get into some stuff. I am looking at these possible gold buys, but obviously I'm a little bit wary that we didn't get the candle close above that level. So Alessandro, how you doing? Long time. Haven't seen you in a while. Gold bars above 1855. That's what I'm currently looking at, and it does look pretty good. Look, there's a very tight stop loss if we're going to base it on the 15-minute time frame. It's going to be about 8 or so pips. You just got to be aware that it is more or less a counter trend. Sorry, not a counter trend. It's very much so with the trend. It is a impulse entry. Tested positive for COVID. I'm sorry to hear, Alessandro. I hope you are doing all right, and welcome back. Nice to have you back. Hope you're feeling a lot better now. Okay, just gonna wait and see what gold does. Let's just see based on the 1 minute. Sorry, I'm possibly trying to eye out a bit of an impulse entry here, but still a bit skeptical whether this is going to work out or not. First trade of the week, so probably want to play it a little bit safe. I've been trading since Wednesday. Sometimes it's good to have those sorts of breaks from the charts, though. You do need them every now and again. Hopefully this one is a good one. Or was a good one. Were you quite sick, or were you have you been vaccinated and were feeling alright? Hopefully you weren't too sick. Just keep an eye out on the 1 minute. 1 minute's quite useful for when we are looking at impulse entries. Just need to see a nice 1 minute support form, some reaction with this 1854 zone, and then we can possibly start moving up. Based on the 15-minute look, it's not too bad. Sorry, the 5 minute. New 5 minute candle. Just absolutely sending it. Okay, so gold's just going to require a little bit of patience, guys. If it is, remember we are currently on a level of 30-minute resistance. So we didn't close above the resistance based on the 30-minute time frame. So if we are taking these sorts of entries, it is going to be an impulse entry, and we can do that. If we are looking for impulse entry, we can base that on the lower time frames, such as the 5 minute or even the 1 minute. But again, very, very risky. We know how impulse entries are. The only thing, I suppose, if we are going to base it on the 15 minute, because we shouldn't really come down and break this 15-minute low if we are entered, then it's going to be a nice tight stop loss. We don't have to worry. Just a little cold and nothing else. Well, that's very good. Yeah, I will do a very brief breakdown on GJ for those of you who didn't watch the breakdown that was posted yesterday, but gold I'll do a more in-depth one. Gold is very easy to identify market structure. I mean, we're bullish on everything. That's without a doubt. This move on Friday night was incredible, you know. Very, very solid move. And I definitely didn't catch it. It was way too late, way out of my trading hours. This was at 8:30 at night for me. I normally stop looking at the charts at around 5:30. So yeah, and it was a Friday evening. The last thing I wanted to do is take a losing trade when I was meant to be, you know, not even looking at charts. Okay, so we're just going to leave gold for now. I will keep an eye on the price up here, but by the looks of it, it's not having its finest moment. If we are going to be looking at gold based, GJ, let's just go to the weekly time frame. Let me remove all these drawings. We can do a little bit of a breakdown. Obviously, you guys should know what I'm talking about at the moment. So you can see we did close on this weekly, or rejected, should I say, this weekly resistance level. That is obviously quite important when we're looking at long-term, where could we be heading on GJ. If we are rejecting this strong level and then start coming down to break these weekly lows, it means that we have respected the weekly level of resistance, formed a new resistance on a previous level of weekly resistance, and then there's a good chance that we can continue down to these sorts of weekly support levels. If we are going to look then at the daily time frame, this is where I said it got a little bit tricky. And the reason for that is because we are currently rejecting a level of daily resistance. We actually formed resistance on a previous level of daily resistance. So that kind of hints that we could start, you know, respecting that resistance and moving down. But then we also tapped into these levels of daily support and left a wick in those areas. So that means we're also rejecting that. So now if we're rejecting the resistance level and rejecting the support level, what that can often be an indication for is that we're going to start ranging in between these levels unless we get a candle close above or below. So that is going to be very, very important to remember based on the higher time frame, that we could start ranging possibly on the daily. Hopefully not. I don't want to see us start ranging on GJ, because when we do start ranging on GJ, it's never too pleasant. Why do you alternate between the white and the orange lines? Orange lines represent support and resistance. White lines represent where I would like to see price be able to get up to if we break through the resistance, or where we would go down to if we break through the support. So it's just a visual representation. You can make those lines any color you want. If we're looking at zones to mark in, so obviously we did form this weak support on the 4 hour. You can see we broke straight through that, but now are wicking, and we don't really have a top wick on this current 4 hour candle. So we're also sitting on a level of 4 hour support at the moment, a previous level of 4 hour support. So that's also very important to remember. If we now come up and start breaking these 4 hour levels, we can look on the lower time frames for possible entries. So if we're going to drop down to the 30-minute this way, we can start marking in some supports and resistances. So my support, which I had marked in earlier, was based on how price had rejected this previous level of support. You can see below it is also clean candles, and then what we ended up doing was respecting that area. We are obviously bullish in market structure, 3v1 at the moment. This is our low point, which created the lows up here, so we're only going to be 4v0 if we get a close above that point. So I have a 3v1 bullish market structure, meaning I'm mainly looking for buys at the moment. If I am going to be looking for buys based on the 30-minute time frame, it's going to be above this 156.866 level. The reason being for that is obviously it's going to be a break above a resistance, and it's going to be trading into clean candles. So that's, again, you asked the question about the difference in the colors of the lines. So obviously this is where I would expect price to eventually, I don't think it's going to move up, you know, in one massive move, because obviously this is a huge range. I think it's 70 pips. But what it means is if we break above this resistance, we're going to be continuing our upward trend, because at the moment we are in a bullish trend based on the overall market structure. Recently we have been bearish, but this could just be a kind of like a pullback on the higher time frames. And then we should be able to get up to this level, even if it is one of these sorts of moves. That's just how price action usually works. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for potential buys above 156.866, and I'm going to be looking for potential sells below 155.980. This is going to be a little bit counter trend, so definitely something to take into consideration. We can, based on the 1 hour time frame, be looking for some possible earlier entries above this sort of resistance that we have formed on the 1 hour. You can see if we break above there, we do have clean candles to the left, but then what you need to do is wait for a 1 hour candle close. You can't have a 30-minute candle close above this level, because you can see we also have 30-minute resistance within that those clean 1 hour candles. So what we'd be looking for is the time frames to line up, and we'd want a 1 hour candle close above this 156.454 level. So that is going to be something very important to look at. Just going to be waiting for obviously some volume to hopefully come in for London Open. We have about 3 minutes left, and then we're going to see how things play out. Hopefully we do start getting some more London volume. Recently has been terrible with the London volume, so let's take a look. If you guys have any questions, any charts, anything like that that you want to send in or want to ask me, go ahead. If we're going to be looking at fundamentals as well, guys, we do not have much happening today. We do have some high impact US dollar news, but it is not numbers sort of stuff. It's a FOMC member talking, so it's not going to be too high impact. If we're looking at tomorrow, this is where we obviously are going to have some more important news coming in. We have PPI, which is obviously going to affect the US dollar quite a lot. It always usually does. So if you are trading gold or any US dollar related pair, be aware of that. That is coming in the afternoon, well, for me at least. And then we obviously have the very low impact pound news coming in. That's going to be in the morning. If we're going to be looking on, this is Wednesday. This, if we did look at this last week, obviously we are going to have some very high impact news on Wednesday. We're going to have CPI for the pound, and then we're going to have some retail sales coming in for the dollar. So again, very, very high impact news, and then some very late news later on in the day, the FOMC meeting minutes. So yeah, so this beginning half of the week, I would say we are in store for a decent amount of fundamentals, mainly on Wednesday, and then hopefully that's gonna allow us to possibly catch some moves, especially with CPI. They are forecasting very similar numbers, but yeah, we just gonna have to play it how we see it and wait for the actual numbers to get in. Said that often the candle of the half hour preceding the open of London takes liquidity for the direction that London will want to take. Often closes sell and then London closes buy. Having said this, if the current 30-minute candle closes sell and then London is buy and starts to break resistance, would you consider it impulse entry? Talking about gold. I suppose, look, an impulse entry on gold is obviously going to be risky, but if we are bullish in market structure, and so I'm just making sure I'm reading this correctly. So if this candle closes bearish and starts to break the resistance, would you so an impulse above basically the high of this candle, I'm assuming at 1855.33, around there. I would be considering possibly taking impulse entry if I see the volume. So if we get a decent amount of volume showing, then I'm gonna be more interested in taking the impulse. Okay, we formed 1 hour support on GJ. We do have the open now. I am again obviously going to be looking at gold. It looks like we have much more opportunity on gold than we do on GJ. Stop loss, if we are going to be taking impulse entries above this point, is obviously going to be based on the low of the current 30-minute candle. So based on wherever this candle wicks down to, because that is going to be our bottom wick. Definitely something to take into consideration. Again, we are respecting a level of 1 hour support. Sorry, resistance. So let's just wait and see. No problem, Alessandro. I did understand it. I I think you meant that if the candle closes bearish, then have we grabbed all the liquidity from the bottom to then continue bullish? Well, anyway, I think that's what you meant. Let's just put your potential. Not really looking for potential sells below this level because it is so against the trend, guys. So I am mainly obviously looking for this sort of buy level above the 1855.04. GJ is coming down. Let's see based on the 4-hour time frame. Also slightly counter trend. Obviously we are 3v1 bullish, so yeah, I'm not too interested in those. We'll either catch a move later on to back up, or if we start transitioning our market structure, because we will have a transition market structure coming up pretty soon. Just looking at the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, gold is certainly just playing around in this sort of range at the moment. If we look on the lower time frames, you can see we are kind of consolidating, especially based on the 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. Not looking too good. There's also a Monday, so sometimes we do have a lot less volume on a Monday while the week kind of sorts itself out. I do want to check out is GU. Been looking at GU a decent amount recently. Haven't traded it or started trading it, but have just been looking at it as an alternative option. Just checking GJ. Does look to be continuing bearish. We have now broken that 1-hour support. Yeah, the problem is obviously you have this wick to the left here, not trading with the trend. So yeah, I am not taking GJ sells, guys. If you are in GJ sells, good luck. You should be up, depending on where your entry was. If it was at the break of this 30-minute candle, obviously you should be up a lot at the moment. So I'd suggest securing some profits. But yeah, for me, very, very low confirmations, basically going against everything or all the confluences I look at when trading. So yeah, it just would not make sense for me to take that sort of trade. Gold's also coming down at the moment, so invalidates any entries above this 30-minute high as well. Just take a look at GU. If I could spell, that would of course help. See how we closed last week. Week bullish, very similar to GJ. Obviously, you do see a lot of similar movements in the two. You can see based on the daily, we have been having some shocking price action. Look at all these wicks on the daily to the top and to the bottom. So when you start dropping down time frames, you'll see this consolidation is just, you don't want to be trading anywhere in this sort of stuff. Yeah, GU has been terrible. If anyone is in GJ, should be doing alright. If you took it at the break of this sort of point, also it should be up about 10 pips. So everyone should have their stop losses at break even if you are in GJ. But again, I am not. Wasn't very tempted to take it. Don't regret not taking it. Definitely we will catch a move later on. Cool shirt. Thanks, Anon. Thank you. Thank you. See what we have for the rest of the week here. Thursday we got some unemployment claims coming in, and that's about it. That will affect what I trade. And then Friday, not much. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty chilled. Anon says, you're selling GJ, you think it will go down. Let's hope for Anon so he can get a nice start to the week. As he said last week was a shocker for him. Let's hope that GJ goes down. Fingers crossed, Anon, fingers crossed. Are you streaming on Discord today? Possibly. Might do. Normally the open, I think I might do members today on Discord. Normally the open Discords are Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's for everyone. Even if we have a candle, have a 3v1 bullish structure, if 30-minute close below, it makes sense to sell GJ. Yeah, I certainly think so as well. You can see that we have the clean range to trade into on the left, also based on the high time frames. Like I said, we rejected a weekly level of resistance. We also formed resistance at a previous level of daily resistance. You can see that based on the daily time frame. So definitely something to look at. Oh, by the way, guys, I do need to I'll post it on Instagram and also just on all the platforms as well. But that first week of March is going to be the first weekend of March is going to be the boot camp, where it's going to be obviously only for members. It is going to be the boot camp which goes through all of the stuff in the course, obviously, and gives everyone an opportunity to ask questions. It's either going to be over 2 days or 1 day. It's going to be if it's 1 day, it's going to be 4 hours. If it's 2 days, it's going to be 2 days of about 2 hours around there. And it's just going to go through all the stuff from the basics to the most advanced stuff, the most technical stuff. And what I'm going to be doing as well is to give, obviously, the most people the opportunity to get involved in that. I know that the course is not cheap, so obviously going to be lowering the prices for, first of all, the full payments of the courses, and then also possibly for the monthly one. I'm still thinking about the monthly one. I'm just thinking if it's going to be like fair for the people who have already signed up for the monthly, but just for this coming up month, so that everyone can have an opportunity who is interested, obviously, in doing the bootcamp to sign up. But the full prices will most definitely be lowered, probably 20-30% around there. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm also thinking, because currently the monthly, obviously for the monthly membership is $60, so I might bring that down to 50 or even 45 just for the next month or two, so that, yeah, again, it gives more people opportunities to sign up for that bootcamp. I think the bootcamp is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to give everyone opportunities. I want everyone who is going to be taking part in it to write down as much as possible that they don't understand other than the course, or just anything they want to know in general about trading. And then, yeah, just going to be a nice long opportunity to go through everything, to understand everything from the basics. And yeah, it's going to be, like I said, either 1 day, so it's definitely going to be on the weekend, because I know some of the members do work full-time jobs, so that obviously makes it hard. I can't do it then during the week. But if we do it on the weekend, it's either going to be on the Saturday for roughly 4 hours, so maybe, you know, this time now until later on in the afternoon, or it's going to be 2 hours on the Saturday, 2 hours on the Sunday. It might be better just to get it done in 1 day. That way less people have to organize, you know, for 2 days, making plans for 2 days in a row. So I will keep you updated. Again, I'm going to post all that on all the socials as well, which is going to hopefully help. Currently not in any trades as well at the moment, guys. So looking for potential buys above 1855. We have again formed 30-minute resistance on that level, and then on GJ, if we get a nice candle close, so this 15-minute candle is closing in 3 minutes. The 30-minute candle is still open, but we do have nice clean candles left. Let me just shift this down to the bottom and see what we're looking at. Will it be recorded? I am going to record that, and then I'm going to put it as well on the website. I'll put it in the members lounge so that anyone who isn't there does still have access to it. Because I know, again, some people will not be able to make that, and it's a really good opportunity. But what I might do is not release it immediately after recording, might release it a week or two after, if that makes sense. Anon says, I've been overtrading. Unfortunately, it's been hard not to because of greed, but working to get better. As long as you're working to improve, Anon. you make me laugh. I need you in my chats more often. But yeah, very, very proud. Very, very proud of you for working on getting better at the greed. Because greed is definitely something which affects every trader, I think. At least to some extent. Please, if you haven't, guys, do remember to leave a like on the stream. It really does help. Subscribe if you're unsubscribed, and all that other stuff. I think most of you guys probably are, though. Last Thursday, I made 22 trades. That's 21 trades too many, I would say. Because I was losing, so I wanted to win back. Lesson learned. You're the the perfect example of every other trader in on. Like, yeah, can't be doing such things. But you'll get there. Like, there's only up from there, I suppose. To be honest, I used to have a friend who once in one day took 90 trades in a day, and I mean that completely, like, I just didn't I just couldn't understand it. Took 90 trades in a day. I think it ended up blowing about 80 to 90% of his account just in that day alone. One day I'll get your level. Thanks, I appreciate that. I'm sure you will very soon, if you just work on discipline. Only 1 to 2 trades a day. Exactly, plus. You tell him. 1 to 2 trades a day, and then you guys know all the other stuff. It's completely off topic, but do you use TikTok? I don't really use TikTok very much. Well, I certainly don't watch TikTok, and I don't use TikTok as a marketing tool either, which I actually do think might be be quite valuable, because everyone seems to use TikTok, and it seems to be a good way of branching out. I just wouldn't, like, for me, I just don't see how I would put trading related content onto TikTok unless it's like a clip of a stream. If I take a trade on stream and then post it on TikTok with the result next to it, that's always a possibility. But no, I don't really use TikTok. I certainly don't watch videos on TikTok. 90 trades, is that just click and hope? How can you analyze that many trades? Even he certainly wasn't analyzing the trades, and yeah, it was more so click and hope. No discipline there at all. I could tell. Hope that's a good thing. I don't want to be seen as someone who definitely watches TikTok. Not that watching TikTok's a bad thing. I'm just don't have the time to be watching TikTok all the time. But I have seen like some funny videos on there, for sure. So tempted to swing trade crypto so I can try to get a big win, but very nervous to blow account. If you are not feeling confident, don't do it, especially if it's a swing trade and you're hoping to just flip your account or something like that. Just please do be careful of that. Click and hope. Yeah, click and hope definitely sells a lot of people some dreams. We are coming down on GJ. We got about 13 minutes left until this candle closes. So just gonna We are kind of killing this range at the moment though. Let's see what we did on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, no, I'm gonna stay disciplined and just stay out of this situation for now. What I'm rather gonna wait for is, let's say we get this move, let's get a pullback, and then I'll sell it back down to lows. I am not getting involved in this, but again, guys, very, very good trading opportunity here. We are in a clean range. You got a Ferrari? No, I don't have a Ferrari. Should post it on your Instagram. Well, first of all, I don't have a Ferrari, so if you are talking about posting the Ferrari on Instagram, I don't think that that's going to work. I don't have a Ferrari. And secondly, I would never... I have a decently nice car, but I would never go and do that, you know, post on my Instagram and say, you know, come and join my course and then you can get a car like me. So that's, you know... You just said there yourself, that's what got you hooked into Forex, but that guy was a fraud. Well, welcome to every other social media marketer ever. Anyway, we talk about this all the time. Those people, they're not traders. They're just marketing masterminds. They show you a car, they show you a nice lifestyle, which they don't pay for by doing a, you know, the actual job which they're saying they do. They more pay for that lifestyle through subscription. So you got hooked into that hook, line and sinker, you know. This course was a bust, exactly, because you bought into that ideology of he has a Ferrari. If I do what he does, I'm going to have a Ferrari. And I mean, if you do that, then you're just going to be one of those sheep. Yeah, gold did flip bullish. Still looking at it. We are obviously again rejecting support level. We are ranging on gold though. So what would be ideal is we have 11 minutes left till this candle closes. Let's get a candle close above this level and then we can possibly look. Lost a lot of money in this industry, but we live and learn. It's very important, that last part that you said there. You have to learn, because like you said, if you go and buy one of these courses now, these ones where you believe that because he has a nice car, you're going to have a nice car. If you do that over and over and over again, and trust me, I know thousands of people who have done that. That's how these people continuously, you know, manage to pay for this stuff. Then you're not learning anything. Then you're just living and making mistakes. But if you do that second part, if you actually learn and you realize, okay, that course was a fraud, there's no way that guy actually knows how to trade. I didn't learn anything from him. I haven't become any better trader through that course. Then you're actually learning, and then you're going to start looking for, okay, well, who can I, if I truly am passionate about trading, who can I learn through? How can I actually make progress in trading? And the only way you're going to do that then is by finding, you know, legitimate courses. And those often, sorry to say, aren't the people who, you know, flaunt a lifestyle. You go look at some of the best traders in the world, and I'll always say that they are two of my favorite traders, Raja Banks and Todd Capital Group. If you can find a single photo of them, or like consistent photos of them posting cars and shit like that, saying join my course and you'll have this, I will give you my trading account. And where they're being serious, not joking. Okay, we are coming up on gold now. Saving to do your course one day. We'll be glad to have you on board, Anon, for sure. I would love to help you out. Ferrari or Lamborghini, choose. I would say Ferrari, but I'm a huge fan of the Lamborghini Urus, I have to say. I do love that car. But I think Ferrari. The 488 is beautiful. Let me just see what we got here. I was added to a signal group and just copied them, lost serious money there. It was a Ponzi scheme. I don't get why people do signals group in the first place, because if signals was that if Signals was accurate, it's the same as trading bots. If there was a method of making money where you literally had to do nothing and just plug in these numbers, and then you would have correct trades and you would just make all this money, I think a huge population of the world would be rich, and the success rate in the trading industry would not be 10%. It's a well-known fact, and it's been documented, that if you are profitable, then you are within the 10% of traders who are profitable for the day, for the month, for the year. There's only 10% of people who can do this consistently. By the way, I am in a gold buy at the moment, guys. Better to wait for the close on gold. I took it based on the lower time frames, and also just based on this clean range that we have. We're rejecting these support levels. You know, we've tapped into it there once, tapped into it there again. So I'm in gold at the moment. Trading bots, stay away. Have to stay away from trading bots. That is for more than sure. Let me just identify some levels to manage risk here. Hold on. I'll carry on chatting to you now, Anon. I just need to to look at some levels of managing risk if things do start going a bit wrong. Another thing that got me, I was easily convinced. I think you've tried everything. Yeah, exactly. If you're young and you know, these things do sound good. And I won't lie, when you're young and you see people with nice cars, you see people with a nice lifestyle. Sorry, just gonna probably close some of this position. Might let it push just a little bit more. Actually, what I'm gonna do is put my stop loss at break even and try to let this thing run. So at this point, if we come down to my entry, I'm just going to be stopped out of break even. So that's not, you know, too much of a crisis. Let me just see here. I'm 19 and I'm looking to make big money within 5 years. I mean, you certainly can make good money. Yeah, you can definitely make good money within the next 5 years. The amount that can change in 1 year, if you just start getting your life on track, stop thinking that money comes in fast, because it's very important to remember the faster money comes in, the faster money goes out. Something very, very important to look at. So you want to make slow, consistent gains rather than get money in quickly because you're going to want to spend that money even faster. I am actually just going to secure some of my position right here. So yeah, really good start to the day. I was in a signal group and the dude posted a market execution trade, and after I lost the trade and went to his Instagram story, I saw a buy order for the same trade that wasn't activated. Signals group is just, yeah, a bunch of bullshit, to be honest with you. There's no other way to describe them. Like, you'll see people who, my one friend was actually in a signal group, actually don't want to obviously badmouth the person, like the trader, but he's a European trader, and what he would do is he would have his free group where he would post some trades, and then he would have his paid group, which he had a lot of members, like a lot of members. He was making basically what I make off of trading, just off those signals, which is what a lot of these people do, which is, you know, crazy. So he was posting all of this stuff, basically saying, you know, results for the day of these trades, but they were all swing trades, and every day he had profitable days, well, according to his stats and like the amount of pips that he was making. And then he would have, like, if you use this lot size, this is how much you would have made if you had copied my trades. And like, my friend had obviously copied each and every one of those trades. He was also one of those guys who was, you know, he wanted the easy way. He wanted to rather do signals, not have to do the work himself. And then he just was like, this didn't add up, because what they do is they do bullshit you. They'll say like, yeah, we did this trade, but what they're at the end of the day doing is trading on 2 demo accounts, or like 2 fake accounts. So they'll take buys on one, sells on the other type thing. So whatever happens, they'll at the end of the day for Instagram have a positive trade to show. And then that is their marketing. Lost 3 quarters on my account and another quarter on the trading bot. So that's a whole account gone, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think, to be honest, trading bots is even worse than signals. If trading bots was true, everyone in the world would honestly be wealthy, because that is, according to the trading bot ideology, as it tells you when to buy and sell, and it wins more often than it loses. So if everyone just bought a trading bot, they would make money. It's like, I don't get how people get tricked into this sort of stuff. The easiest and like most important, or one of the most important things, is if it sounds too good to be true, it most probably is. I'd say 99% of the time, it probably is. So instead of trying to find the easy way out and thinking, you know, let's just make quick, easy money, the sooner you realize there's no such thing as quick, easy money, the better. Forex industry in particular, this is the hardest way to make easy money. So Forex is easy money, but it's a hard way to make it. If you don't learn how to do it properly, you're already starting yourself off on a very, very bad sort of path. You're going to get some really bad habits. If you see your mentor sending out, or your signal provider sending out 10 signals a day, you're going to be thinking based on what he's told you, you know, I can make money on each of these signals, so therefore you're already taking 10 trades a day. So it teaches you over trading. It teaches you just to follow, you know, him like a sheep, and let's say you do have one good day, the rest are going to be shocking. Run is up pretty nicely. Actually realize now how badly I got slipped on this position. Triggered me very, very, very early, which could have been problematic. I actually got entered at somehow 02. So at this point over, yeah, this is where I got entered, on this current line. And my buy stop was above 32. Interesting. I was copying signals because I didn't have a strategy, but I found you in Zeemps. Perfect. You know, now that you have a way that you want to approach the charts, and you have a more or a solid strategy to follow, or just understanding the way price moves, is what I like to call this way of trading. You know, it's not really a strategy, it's just understanding price action. Wow, really, really nice move on gold. But yeah, very, very glad to have you here, just me. Always happy to help out. I'm going to be closing another, how much should I close here? Probably, yeah, let's close another one. So I opened a 20 lot, closed 18. Now I've closed another 1.8, have a 0.2 lot left in, and I'm just going to let price run now as far as possible. If it comes back to my entry, which probably will, because at some point we'll need to retest this level, then I will maintain it. Well, Anon, the good news for you is, it looks like if you were still in that GJ sell, you would have got off to a really good start to your week. So let's hope that actually did happen. I hope that you managed to stay in that position. So if anyone took GJ sells, really well done. If anyone took gold buys, also really, really well done. This was an amazing move. I've got about, when I secured that second bit, I got about 30 pips out of this. So a nice 30 pip move. I'm going to just quickly post that. Actually, I can do that after stream on Instagram. And then, yeah. But yeah, guys, definitely good to have these sorts of chats, especially when you are feeling like you don't have any faith or trust in this sort of industry. It is very, very hard to believe that anyone can do this properly after you've been bullshitted through like a bad course, or through, you know, getting tricked over and over with signals. But if there is one thing I can say, is please do stay away from signal groups, and please do stay away from people who advertise their cars and that sort of shit on Instagram and say, you know, you can have this lifestyle if you sign up with me. I'll make you be able to have this lifestyle, because that just doesn't work. It's no one's their interest is not giving you that lifestyle. Their interest is filling their pockets up with your money and you believing that you'll get that lifestyle. So please stay away from that. If you are going to be looking for possible, you know, mentors in the trading industry or courses or just people to follow, what I would suggest is looking at their Instagram or just any of their socials and see what is the content that they're posting. If the content is trading related, so if it's charts and, you know, trading history and things like that, then fair enough, they probably do know what they're talking about, and that's more who I would edge towards. That's not saying believe everyone who posts that stuff, but then it is, you know, more believable because they are posting some sort of proof that they know what they're doing. And if the 90% or 99% of their Instagram page is supercars and, you know, women and that sort of thing, then obviously they're not really advertising their trading skills as such. So I would stay away from those. Not that posting women is bad, but I'm saying if you're looking for trading, you don't want to be looking for people who are with models. You want to be looking for charts and things like that. Stay away from Daniel Savage. There is your perfect example of who to stay away from. If you guys are trying to get an idea of what I'm talking about, search Daniel Savage and you will find the perfect example of the biggest bullshit, or one of the biggest fraud traders you'll ever come across. Not so savage, yep. The man, the myth, the legend. Trying to see what we're looking at here on GJ. To be honest, we could just keep on dropping on GJ. If we break this low on GJ, there's a good chance that we're going to continue bearish. It's not the best price action to left, but you can see we have clean range until about, I would say, this is where we can get to. We have pushed a lot though, it's very important to remember that. So we might start seeing maybe some support form, which is some exhaustion. What would you look for from GJ and gold now after they've pushed this much? I was waiting for a close and missed both. That's fine to wait for the close and fine to miss both. Obviously, if you are going to be waiting for close of candles, you need to understand that you run the risk of missing the move, which is completely fine. It's having the discipline and FOMO not to scale into the move, you know, once price is already at these sorts of points and now you're getting worried. So what I would be expecting is on gold, maybe we're going to come up to this level and start rejecting, or what we're going to do is form a retest of the support level. What I'll then be expecting is for us to create a higher low and then retest either this high that we've just created and continue moving bullish. We are extremely bullish in market structure on gold, so I would love to see that bullish continuation on gold. If we're going to be looking at GJ, again, strong push has been made. Let's find some support, start coming back up to previous levels of support over here, form some resistance and retest the lows. That way, obviously, we're going to have different entry sort of options because we're not going to be really waiting for a candle close or above or below resistance or support level. What we want to do is see a retest of a zone and base our trades off of retest. So that is a completely different type of entry. So for the members, that's going to be your type C's and type D's. Sometimes I'm happy I don't have enough money to buy these courses. Yep. I know people who have spent thousands and thousands on courses and it's just throwing good money after bad type thing. Yeah, no problem. are coming down on GJ. Have about, yeah, you see it is only about 11 pips worth of range. So if you obviously were interested in taking this GJ sell, obviously now, if I hadn't have taken that gold buy, I would have taken this GJ sell. It is quite a low price. So obviously we are selling at the lows, but this is a perfect candle setup. You can see we closed below support. That wick up obviously gives us our stop loss level, and we have relatively clean candles down to this level. So what you would have done is your short position would have been roughly looking like this. Okay, it's a very tight range, like I said, but we can expect maybe price with this current volume. It seems like we do have a lot of volume to push straight through this support level. Like I said, not going to take that because obviously you have taken gold already, so I'm happy with gold. It's actually a really good video. Let me try to find it for you guys. You guys should go watch this. It may have been taken down. Okay, he did take it down. There's a trader called Capital Hungry who's probably one of the best fundamental traders. Actually, to me, he is the best fundamental trader that I know. That guy's knowledge on news events and just understanding price based on a fundamental level is ridiculous. But he made a video called The Massacre of Daniel Savage and basically just debunked everything that he has done in the past and like the way that he acts. And it was perfect, you know, but it looks like he's taken that video down. He may have it may have been reported a lot. Very good to see that I was not in this GJ sell. Good start to Monday, exactly, Nick. Did you take these gold buys or were you involved in the GJ initial sells? Also mad comedy in this chat. Yeah, you guys make me laugh. Well done, Nick. Well done. I need some more stories from you guys in the chat, especially Anon. You seem to have been there and done it all in this trading industry at the fine age of 19. Tell me more. Was involved in both and have closed with profits. Great job. Brilliant start to Monday. Say we probably have about another, let's say 5-10 minutes, guys. Obviously I've got it done a trade now, or was, you know, I'm very happy with it. Still have my runner in. I wouldn't be too annoyed if it got stopped out. It's a 0.2 lot left, and I've closed that second position of the 1.8, left a 0.2 in, so that, and obviously my stop loss is at break even. I will be obviously active on the Telegram later. We'll probably post some charts in the Telegram. Haven't done that in a while. Also going to be posting charts in the members lounge for the New York session, and may do a Discord call this afternoon. I just need to go out, you know, at around 11 my time, get some stuff sorted out, and then I will be back. So, you know, New York is only going to be much later on. So let's see. If we do have any last questions, any last charts you want me to analyze, guys, now is the time before the end. Yep, no problem, Antonio. Thank you again for being in the chat. I appreciate the support as always. If you guys haven't, again, please do leave a like on the stream. It helps a lot. And if you guys are, watching the stream or while trading, it's always nice if you guys can share the stream, even if it's on Instagram or things like that, or it all helps. Just trying to, again, build the community as much as possible. Just looking here to see what we could do based on the higher time frames on gold. Because we haven't really, I suppose you could say we've retested. If we form support here, we've retested this resistance level. And then that's going to be this resistance turn support. Obviously there's still another hour and 17 minutes for this 4-hour candle to close, so that's a little while still. So if you did miss both the moves this morning, guys, and we're waiting, let's say, just for a candle close, what you can then do is say, okay, how could I have gotten involved in that move? What could I have done to be involved in, let's say, the gold buys or the GJ sells? Now, what I would normally do is look back and see, okay, where would possible entries have been and what time frames could I have executed on? Just looking now at the 1 hour, something which is in the course which talks about impulse entries. So I will just chat about this a little bit, is when we're looking at impulse entries, and again, guys, impulse entries are super, super risky. I don't even like them very much, and I've been trading for a long time. So what you need to look for on an impulse entry is when price closes close to a resistance level and wicks out of it, and then closes still strong in the direction you wanted to see it close above. So you can see here we had a decently strong bullish candle close and the wick was all the way up at this level. The next candle wicked down and then went on and broke the high of that candle. That is something to look at when looking for impulse entries. Of course, it's going to take experience and time to get used to noticing that sort of thing. That was definitely something I looked at, was thinking about. I had that up here as to a possibility based on the 1 hour looking at that impulse entry. Obviously, you can also look on the much lower time frame. So you can see on the 5 minute, there wasn't a huge amount of confirmation. Obviously, we came back down. We were rejecting a previous level of 30-minute support. You can see we wicked down into that 30-minute support, rejected it, came and wicked down into these levels again and rejected it again to further break this resistance level. So we clearly didn't want to come down. You can see how many rejection wicks we have to the downside. So very, very important to note. It's a lot of ways of taking impulse entry. They're just super, super risky. So not obviously my favorite sort of entry. Also came down here on GJ like expected. But I think that is going to be it for today, guys. Well, for this morning at least. I will possibly do this afternoon. I'm just gonna see. For the members, I definitely think I will do something this afternoon. Otherwise, may possibly even be an open Discord call. I will post it in the Telegram later though. Again, appreciate all the support and thank you everyone for being in chat. Chat today was we had a lot of good comedy in this chat. But yeah, again on GJ, guys, maybe wait for a bit of a pullback up to these levels, form some resistance at that support, and then try to get buys scaled down. And then same as gold, I'd wait for a possible pullback. We don't want to really be buying at too high a price and then wait for possible entries back up to the highs. Don't forget about that bootcamp, guys. If you are interested, always you can just pop me a message and we can chat about it. Again, it's going to be that first weekend of the month of March. So there's still about 3 weeks until that. And that, again, will be for members only. So if you are interested, send me a message and we can chat about it. Otherwise, yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Nick. Thanks, Sharif, Antonio, Balas. Thank you, everyone, again, for all the support. And I will see you guys definitely tomorrow morning. Otherwise, possibly later on this evening. This afternoon as well. And yeah, appreciate it all. I will see you guys soon. Cheers, guys.